one thing that's been very prevalent within the 100 Years Quest story is that there's been a lot of like really kind of like out of nowhere plot twists that you didn't just they weren't coming, not because you thought something was going to happen, it was the opposite, but just lots of stuff hitting you from out of nowhere. Like, okay, we start up the story with going on the 100 Years Quest, the dragon gods and stuff, and then we got into the members of Diablos, and it's like, oh cool. With the whole going into a large dragon like heavy story, I figured, oh yeah, the dragon slayers will be in there. I didn't expect something entirely like Toka, well, who we thought was Toka at the time, the White Witch taking over Toka's body, but this character who had apparently an opposing position to Zareth. I theorized that with Acnologia and Zareth gone, that there was going to be like probably some breathing room for other very powerful bad guys that just weren't active because of the two big guys active. But I didn't expect it to be like some religious, pretty much opposite force kind of ending character that the White Witch is to Zareth. So that was always really fun. And then like we got the twist recently where she was actually being manipulated by Selene, the moon dragon goddess, and Selene is going to be the actual like villain in that whole territory. I'm not sure now, after that whole was presented. Clearly the White Witch has some revenge wanting against Selene, but also she's been separated from Toka, so two different bodies, and Natsu went through the trouble of saving her and taking her out of the crumbling church as Alderaan gets up and starts to flex a little. But the question is now is what is going to happen with the White Witch? What is her character kind of position going to be? Because she was assumed going to be like a big bad guy, big enemy, but that might not be where she's going. She still has rebellious and maybe her own personal crew she'll go rally up and then decide to take things like bigger. And when we get to Selene, we'll have Selene against the main cast gang, Natsu and the gang, and Diablos and the White Witch, and it's just like a big 3 factions on one battle. That would be really cool. I think that would be a very entertaining kind of like shift of things. Or that if she ends up teaming up with like Natsu and the main crew, and it's not like, oh yeah, we're allies now. It's like, no, we have a common person we want to take down. I think it'd be really cool with this one, and the other one sounds really badass as well. It sounds very cinematic, and some large massive boss like unity against, because it would be a lot more logical if they took Selene down like I said, with like 3 different whole factions. Because I don't think with Alderaan they're gonna. I think it's with Versphobia, it was specifically circumstanced because of Ignis showing up, and and then I don't think he's gonna do that again with Alderaan. I think they're gonna have to flee. So it'll be like a win sort of, and then a flee. I'm hoping that they end up having to flee against Alderaan, and then with Selene, maybe it's like an actual win, and it's literally all these big groups against the Moon Dragon Goddess. But the one that I think would be a lot more interesting character-wise to see, and not like the other one, I think would be a much more very epic and cinematic. Whereas the other position I could see happening if she ends up becoming grouped with the main cast, it'd be very cool to have like, oh yeah, as we're solving the rest of the story, you have a villain who is clearly she's more powerful than any of the main cast 1v1. So it'd be kind of hard to deal with her, but also, whereas main cast kind of ways in negotiation only get them so far. Crazy mind control, like magic ripping immortal witch lady, and how she wants to put input in would just be really cool. I think it would give a different vibe to the story of what's to come next. If you really had a villain taking place in the main cast, and it's like you are still a villain, but right now you guys are teaming up against a bigger villain, or at least antagonist. I don't know. I think that would be a lot more cool, interesting to happen, but we'll see. It's all going to be. I would say it's all going to be a pretty crazy next couple chapters. So at least there's that. But other than that, comment below. Tell me your thoughts are about what's to come next, because like I said, to me there's 2 kind of solutions, or 2 scenarios to come forward between with Toka. The White Witch rather, sorry. She either goes out and rallies her troops, and then it's gonna end up 3 big groups against Selene, or villain in the main cast, which again would be very cool to see, you know, as a characters mixing and stuff. It'd be a whole different tone, because we generally don't have you know, well, we don't have anything like that of characters like joined up to see at a regular basis. But anyway, yeah, comment below, tell me your thoughts are about this, and what you think is to come next, and where this is all going to go to you. And I really appreciate you thumbs up the video, from the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and thank you all for listening. Bye.